Hello, and welcome to a new series on monsters in Monster Hunter Double Cross for Nintendo Switch. I figured rather than just straight up continuing my Double Cross run, I should just show off all the monsters in HD, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cover every large monster in this entire game in the order in which they're presented in the Hunter's Notes, and I'll be fighting them all in G rank. Which means we get to start with a G-rank Seltas as soon as we find one. Let's find two. That works. Now, the fact that I'm doing this in the order they're presented in the monster list does mean that there'll be some times when things get a little stale. Like, we'll be fighting Geodrome, Velocidrome, Gendrome, and Iodrome all in a row. But, on the other hand, we'll get some interesting stuff later down the line. Basically, for the most part, the later in this series we get, the more interesting the monsters will get. So, where can we find a Seltas? I bet one's up here. Yep, there's one. Yeah, I wanted to show off all the monsters in this game because the new texture work that's been done on them and the way they're affected by the new lighting, a lot of it looks really nice. Like, every time I fight a monster in this version of the game that I haven't yet fought in this version of the game, I'd like to just look at its textures, and every time, just about, I've been like, wow, that actually looks really nice. It's so crisp. Like, just look at the texture on its horn as I'm slicing away there. Like, seriously, look at it, because that horn's not going to be there for much longer. Told you. And of note, if an episode doesn't go to at least 10 minutes, then I'm going to do more than one hunt. Just for the record. And that is an entirely possible thing against a lot of monsters, because my armor set isn't exactly a bad one. Neither is my weapon. Oh, Seltas number 2 is here. I had actually I had considered not doing Seltas as its own thing because I don't expect it to take too long, and because it also shows up in literally every quest with a Seltas Queen. But then there's also the fact that there's a lot of moves that it doesn't often use when you're fighting it with a queen. So I figured... Seriously? You're gonna dodge my paintball? Jerk. By the way, that healing pot my cat has on its head, it's really nice. Whenever it's in the area, you get yourself a heal over time. And there's the Seltas. Let's just go up here and go pop. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that you don't usually get to see Seltas do when it's paired with a Seltas Queen. Especially considering when it's paired with a Seltas Queen, your camera is almost always on the Queen rather than the Seltas. So this way we get to get a good look at the Seltas himself. And so much for that Seltas. Unfortunately, the lighting isn't the greatest in this area where he's died, but you can still see some of the pretty nice texture work they've done on him. And the way his carapace is as reflective as it is also kind of neat. But let's go play with Seltas number 2. Or let's watch him leave. We do have a pin. I wonder if I can get them to show that off. You wanna come a little lower? Thanks. I do know that in order for them to do their pin, they have to be on the ground. So step 1 is knock him out of the sky. So he is not cooperating with step 1. He has cooperated with step 1. Pin me. That's not your pinning attack. Neither is that. Do you not pin if you don't have a queen? Yeah, I think it might actually need to have been a pheromone infused by a queen. I know that does give the Seltas a few more things it can do. And I'm not gonna spend time trying to get one of these jerks to pin me while I'm fighting the queen. So if we see it, we see it. If not, we don't. I don't know what the little running icon that one of our buffs gives is. Is it stamina recovery up? I think it might be stamina recovery up. Or maybe it... No, we definitely do use a little bit more stamina when running away from the thing. Though we did also just run out of our buff, but I had been paying attention earlier. That's why I went, after running towards and away from the thing. Beast cats can be nice. They give a few buffs, and those buffs can be quite useful. One of them, I'm pretty sure, negates stun, which is always welcome. Unless you never get hit, in which case it does nothing. So really, who knows? What I know is that we've still got time for another quest, so we'll have to find another one. There's a lot of really nice texture work in this version of the game. Like, look at these leaves all up on this wall. You can see how my health is slowly regenerating. It's a very useful skill for cats to have. Especially because proximity to the cat doesn't matter. As long as they're in the area, you're getting the heal. Alright, let's find ourselves another Seltas quest. Is there another Seltas quest? I think there might be a Prowler quest for a Seltas. So it's looking like no, there isn't. Wait, there is. It's just way at the end. After a quest for a Royal Ludroth. Though I guess it's for Royal Ludroth's main, not for the Ludroth itself. Time to be a cat. I don't remember what abilities I have on this cat, and it's definitely not a max level cat. But it is a cat, and that's what we need in order to be able to do this quest. Shame that it's in the same environment. Yeah, let's just empty out the inventory and then we'll grab these, because while I do have an item set with just these in Generations, I don't think I actually have set one up in Double Cross. Either way, I've done all the Prowler quests that exist, so it's not a huge deal for me. Okay. Oh, 2 monsters. Is there a queen in this quest and we're just supposed to kill the Seltas? If so, that'll be a thing. Yep, there's a queen in this quest and we're just supposed to kill the little Seltas. Well, let's get to it then. Okay, we need to actually make our weapon hit the Seltas. Ow. So, on the one hand, the queen can actually potentially help us out, but she'd have to get tired. And also, even when she does get tired, it's not exactly common for queens to eat their Seltases. Now, if it was a desert queen, then we could at least have fun watching her launch it out of a cannon and just clear the quest almost immediately. But it's not a desert queen, because that doesn't exist in this game. Yeah, I know we've used an acorn. It's not a huge deal. Not this early on. Thanks for the Airborne there, cat. Oh, our healer cat's dead, that's why. Ah, yay, we got the heal over time thing. Which is even more useful when you're playing as a cat than when you're playing as a hunter. I like how the queen's just sitting there waiting, because she used her pheromones to attract the Seltas, but the Seltas was incapacitated and therefore couldn't come, but she has to just sit there and wait for him. Whoop. I did not intend to jump in that direction, and it did not work out in my favor. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. We are actually not gonna get mad right now. Because getting mad, while it does basically turn fighter cats into aerial style, which is definitely interesting. I believe I still get more damage out of boomerangs. I like how you can actually aim your boomerangs in double cross. Makes boomerang cats just that much better. I like how the queen has left. And this Seltas still hasn't received her influence. Oh, looks like he is leaving now. I guess she called for him. I'm in SP mode, and I have no idea what that does for a fight cat. I do know that what rage mode does. Rage mode turns me into an aerial fight cat. Thanks again for an herb horn there, cat. Alright, broasted? Tried to say broken, busted in one word. Doesn't work. Ow. How dare you dodge my jump? I need health. Oh, my battery is low. That's actually the first time I've ever seen that. Let's just go ahead and heal once more. It should last through the rest of this quest. One hopes. Thanks there, Queenie. Made all the healing I did in that last area worthless. I like how these two still have yet to combine. Also, I'm just not gonna bother going back to base camp to refresh my acorns. Though I probably should. Especially if I'm gonna be taking hits like that. Oh, thanks, cat. Yeah, I need to not take so many hits. That's what I need to do. So I also need to score hits. As it turns out, unless you actually hit the monster, it doesn't die. Just tossing boomerangs. We'll get the Seltas knocked off there at some point. Yeah, among the things that happens when a Seltas is grabbed by a Seltas queen, his claws get longer. Oh, that was pointed at me. I need to stop getting hit by that. Wait, what? Oh, it does make me immune to stun. Okay. Mystery solved. Well, I mean, it wasn't really a mystery. It's the one that I had an idea what it did. It's the other one that was a little more unknown. Let's not take that. That attack would probably be bad for my health and continued living. And I like to continue living. Queenie, where are you taking my target? Also, why did my big boomerangs run out, huh? I need those so that my boomerangs can be big. Ow. Oh. I got juiced. Thanks for giving yourself SP mode there, cat. These cats are geniuses sometimes. Okay, getting back. This place actually looks quite nice at night. You can see a Valfalk just hanging out up in the sky. It's a pretty skybox. Okay, they're separate for now. That's good for us. Oh, hello. Would you mind doing not that? There we go. Let's get out of the way of that, though. That is not something I want to eat. Buddy, you didn't even try to get her where she could do anything. You just picked her up and dropped her with no one under her. I find it silly that they call this an unstable environment quest when really it's just, hey, there is a Seltas queen here. Like, I personally think it would be more interesting if she spawned in later, but I guess... Oh. That's why you don't just look at the Seltas. Yeah, I guess that's probably like the entire reason that this quest takes place later than the quest involving a Royal Ludroth, and on the same tier as a quest to break a Laggy's face. Let's go. Okay. Barely got out of the way there. So, his juice caused me to be unable to move out of the way of that. Okay, they're separate. That's good. I like when they're separate. They're a lot easier to deal with when they're separate. And the heal over time is nice as always. My boomerangs got small. That was a good flinch. run out of our Pierce Boomerangs, but that's okay. We've still got our weapon. Oh, she left. Gives us some time to work on him by himself. Ow. Ooh, he's limping. And let's go ahead and get mad right before going into the next area. Kill him with some jumps. There's our boy. Angry attack cats are pretty good at the whole mounting thing. Also, having infinite stamina helps. And there we go. That's a dead bug. Now to carve him before his lady gets too angry. Yeah. Pretty nice texture work on these guys. And again, I really like how reflective they are, and like you can actually see a little bit more texture to how the light comes off them. Like, it's not just flat. It's just, it's a really nice effect, and I like it. Seriously, Capcom, well done to your texture team. Like, the models haven't really been updated, at least not to a significant degree, since Generations, or since Double Cross on 3DS, but the textures have really just, they've done wonders. And that is it for this time. Join us next time when we fight a Seltas Queen. See you then, friends.